Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a topic I know a lot of you have been curious about, the backdoor Roth IRA. It's a fantastic strategy, especially for those with higher incomes.
So you're doing well, you're making good money, and then you hear you're locked out of a Roth IRA, which is, let's be honest, one of the best retirement tools out there. It's frustrating, right? But what if I told you that's not quite the full story?
You see, the IRS might have slammed the front door shut, but savvy savers know there's another way in. Today, we're going to walk through a totally legal two-step play that can get your money into that tax-free account no matter how much you make.
Okay, first things first, let's break down why that front door to the Roth IRA is locked for so many people in the first place. And really, it all comes down to just how good this account is. I mean, just look at these benefits. It's easy to see why the government wants to limit access. Your money grows completely tax-free. When you take it out in retirement, 100% tax-free. You're never forced to take money out. It can just sit there and grow. And you can pass it on as a tax-free inheritance. It is an absolute financial powerhouse.
And because it's so good, the IRS put up some pretty strict velvet ropes. Just look at this chart for 2026. If you're married and filing jointly, for example, once your income gets over $242,000, you start getting phased out. And pretty quickly after that, boom, the door is shut. You can't contribute directly at all. That's the lockout. But here is the beautiful, elegant loophole that makes this whole thing possible. You see, while the IRS has income limits on contributions, there is no income limit on conversions. And that one little word, conversions, changes the entire game.
And this is super important to get straight in your head. The backdoor Roth isn't an official account you can just go open. It's not a product. It's a process. It's just a set of steps you follow to legally get money into a Roth IRA when your income is too high.
And honestly, the mechanics couldn't be simpler. Step 1, you put money into a traditional IRA. It's after-tax money, because at your income level, you probably can't deduct it anyway. Step 2, as soon as that money settles, you just move it right over from the traditional IRA into a Roth IRA. That's the whole move. Simple, right?
Well, hold on. As simple as that sounds, there is a massive landmine here. And if you mess this next part up, your nice tax-free plan could blow up into a surprise tax bill. And it all comes down to a little something called the pro rata rule.
And I'm not being dramatic here. If you take away just one thing from our chat today, please let it be this rule. You absolutely have to understand it before you even think about trying a backdoor conversion. So here's the deal with this rule. The IRS doesn't see your different IRA accounts as separate. Nope, they see them all as one big bucket of money. It doesn't matter if one's at Vanguard and another's at Schwab. To them, all your traditional rollover, SEP, and simple IRAs are all just mixed together in one giant pot.
And this chart breaks down exactly what's in that big pot. All those pre-tax IRAs you see on the left, they all get tossed in. But look closely at what's excluded. Your 401k isn't in there. And that little detail, well, that's our escape hatch. That's the key to solving this whole pro rata problem.
Okay, let's make this real. Imagine you have an old rollover IRA with $93,000 of pre-tax money in it. Now, you add a fresh $7,000 of after-tax money for your backdoor contribution. Your total IRA balance is now $100,000. Here's the trap. You can't just tell the IRS, hey, I only want to convert that new, clean $7,000. No way. The IRS says it has to be pro rata, proportional. Since 93% of your total IRA money is pre-tax, they say that 93% of your $7,000 conversion is also pre-tax. And guess what? That means you've just created a $6,500 tax bill for yourself out of thin air.
So how do you get around that nasty trap? You use that escape hatch we talked about, your 401k. If your current employer's plan allows it, you can roll all of that old pre-tax IRA money into your 401k. That empties out the pre-tax portion of your IRA bucket, leaving you with a zero balance. Now, when you do your backdoor conversion, it's 100% clean, 100% tax-free.
All right, so once you've got the regular backdoor Roth down cold, and you've cleaned up any old pre-tax IRAs, there's a next level, an even more powerful strategy for people who have the right kind of 401k.
So you know that number you see every year for your 401k contribution limit, right? The max you can put in from your paycheck? Well, what if I told you that's not the real limit?
Yeah, check this out. The total amount that can go into your 401k, that's your contribution, plus your employer's match, plus anything else, is way, way higher. And that giant gap between what you put in and what the total limit is, that's where we find a massive opportunity.
This is the Mega Backdoor Roth, and it is a game changer. Here's how it works. First, you max out your regular 401k contribution. Then, if your plan lets you, you can contribute even more money, up to that huge total limit, on an after-tax basis. And the final step? You immediately convert those after-tax dollars into the Roth portion of your 401k. We're talking about a way to potentially stuff tens of thousands of extra dollars into a Roth account year after year.
Now, hold on, there's a huge if here. Not every 401k plan allows this, so the absolute first thing you have to do is check your plan documents. Or, even easier, just call up your HR department. You need to confirm that your plan specifically allows both after-tax contributions and in-plan conversions. It has to have both.
So, why? Why jump through all these hoops? The pro rata rule, checking plan documents. What's the point? It's all about one thing: buying yourself flexibility and control in the future.
The whole point of this is to build tax diversification. Think of it like this. You don't want all of your retirement savings in one giant pre-tax bucket, like a traditional 401k. By doing this, you're creating a separate, tax-free Roth bucket. And having different buckets gives you a ton of options when you finally decide to retire. And here's what that payoff looks like down the road. You can pull money out of that Roth bucket without it counting as income. That means you can manage your tax bracket and maybe even avoid those sneaky Medicare surcharges that are tied to income. Plus, unlike a traditional IRA, Roths don't have required minimum distributions, RMDs. Nobody can force you to take that money out. It can just keep growing for you or for your family, completely tax-free.
So it really all boils down to this one question. With taxes being so uncertain in the future, what's your plan? Because let's be honest, nobody knows what tax rates will be in 10, 20, or 30 years. Having these different buckets, pre-tax, after-tax, and totally tax-free, gives you the power to adapt to whatever happens.
Look, these strategies are incredibly powerful, but you got to get the details right. Our goal today was to give you the knowledge to have a really smart, informed conversation with a financial or tax advisor to figure out if these plays are the right move for your specific situation.